Happy Mother's Day. I hope you're having a good day. I did some readings this morning with some really wonderful people. My daughter sent me these flowers over here. Quite beautiful. My eldest son is about ready to graduate, so he had to do a 40-page lab. So I told everybody, you know, it's cool. I made some chili verde. It's in the crock pot as we speak, so I'm taking it easy. After I do this, I'm going to chillax. So I wanted to show you guys, this is my mother, Evelyn, who's now over on the other side. That Hollywood girl is me. She was always looking at me like, this girl crazy. I don't understand what's happening with her, but, you know, I'll just smile and act like everything cool. You know, I was, you know, I'm a Virgo, so I was always talkative and chatty. I want to show you when I became a mother. This is my daughter, Nicole. She's a Leo. She was 7 pounds, 1 ounces. I wanted a girl so bad. I didn't know what I'd do. I'd be honest with you. I didn't think I ever wanted boys. I was afraid to death because my brother was a lot of trouble, and I think I feared trouble. She was the trouble. She's a wonderful mom now, and she has a lung disease at this point, and she's really just turned out to be the most beautiful person, and she gave birth to my grandson, Jaden. So life is good, but this is my angel, 7 pounds, 1 ounces, Nicole. I used to change her clothes. I used to buy so many clothes, and she'd like probably 3-4 outfits a day, but the problem is she ended up having a taste for new outfits. So life went on. Nicole was 16 when I married husband number 2. The first husband, that one was the one with the Russian. So I married this guy that was is the father of these 2 little ones, who have those bags, newspaper bags on their heads. This is Jacob. They wouldn't want me to show you them growing up because they don't like this. Oh God, no. And this is Jeffrey, my baby. He was 9 pounds, 1 ounce, 10 pounds, 1 ounce. Needless to say, I'm side saddling it because of this last one. Both of them were born, this one's light like his father. This one looks more like me with the black hair. I actually had a C-section with this one because after him, 9-1, I refused to have anything to induce labor. He was 2 weeks overdue and they finally went in. I said, no, Plus I wanted a tubal, so let's just get it all done. So it was so funny because the surgeon was going in and I was saying, is he cutting them tubes yet? And the doctor said, hey, give him a chance to deliver the baby. So this is me post-cancer a few months out when I had shorter hair 10 years ago. And I don't know if some of you guys know, but I did a stand-up comedy stint and I did it as a bucket list, and I met a fantastic funny guy named Kabir Singh. Funny comedian, Capizzi. He's doing some television work and stuff now. But he dragged me along with him. And I didn't think, because I'm older, I didn't think I'd be funny, but I ended up really just having a ball, you guys. That wasn't what I was supposed to do. But I performed at places a lot of people dream about. The Punchline, the Cops Comedy Club, San Jose Improv, Tommy T's. I did the comedy club in LA when the Jesus guy was walking around. So yeah, I did that for a couple of years. It wore me out. You had to travel a lot, and that wasn't for me. That ended up the psychic stuff. The awakening that I have just really began it again. So when I went through the chemo, I was laughing about this today, thinking about how, I thought chemo, well, at least maybe I'll drop some weight. Well, I didn't drop any weight with chemo. In fact, I gained weight. So when I went in there, I told them I wanted my money back because I gained weight. They said, Linda, we saved your life. Hello? Give me my damn money. I don't see a few pounds off this body. Of course, they laughed, but I was telling the truth. So anyway, but that between the chemo and having those large boys, and by the way, a psychic named Patricia McLean prophesized these boys, and I thought she was cray-cray. She told me this when I was like 34. I thought, hell no. I was asking for a tubal at the time, but they didn't give it to me because, like I said, I went through a little bit of heartache with my daughter. And they said, oh, hell no. You're too young. Well, ended up I had these two beautiful angels, and I do not look back or regret it. So Jeffrey was like, I was 42 years old when I had him. So Jeffrey was like something that, and he was born a little Indian with black hair sticking straight up. Because he was so big, they kept him to check his blood work and stuff, but you could hear him coming down the aisle in his bassinet, which he filled. It was a, and now he's tall and slender. So funny. So, but, you know, the chemo caused a little bit of what they call short-term memory loss. In fact, it was a little bit more severe, so it's interesting. The comedy helped me work that, so I had to remember. Sometimes I'd still freeze. But it was like, not only did I not lose any weight, I lost all my hair, as you know, everywhere. And then what happens? You know, I get this short, it's a little bit full here, but I got this kinky, real tight curl stuff coming in. In the meantime, my pube hairs were down past my kneecaps. I had to braid them and put bells on them so the birds knew I was coming. But yeah, it was a tough time, but where I am today is because of it, and I do not regret. And listen, you guys, I don't know if you know, but I'm engaged and going to be getting married soon. And I wanted to show you a picture of my fiance. He doesn't know it. His wife doesn't know it either. But there he is. So funny how we can fall in love so heavily with a hero. This is going to be our hero. Let me tell you what, you guys, he's not going to sit there and take this. I know the bread's in the whatever. The proof is in the pudding, not the bread pudding, because I'm obviously hungry. The proof is in the pudding. So I just feel it. I know it. And by the way, we should start seeing things this coming week. And I will tell you something else. Remember, I woke up in the panic about some international stuff taking place. I still feel that. But I was really feeling kind of like that excitement, like that feeling like we're about ready. Probably we're going into June. Can you believe May's almost gone? It's like good stuff is getting ready to take place. So, but first, in honor of Mother's Day, I want to ask about those babies, those children that were taken away from their mom. Can you tell us anything else, or when they'll be brought back together? Is there a new president when this happens? It's so interesting because the Trump administration, they truly don't care. I'm sure there's some people in there that have some sort of, they don't care. It's like Trump can ruin you or something. Because oh, by the way, thanks for letting me know it's McGahn, not McCabe. I said the last one I was talking about, McCabe testifying, it's actually McGahn. And he's even calling McGahn a liar on a tweet again today, because saying, you know, about he asked him to say it never happened and all that. He did. And I need to look up his sign, McGahn, just to kind of check out why I see him coming forward, and I see him telling the truth. Oh, that's why they don't want him there. They're going to try hard not to let him come in. Let's talk about the children real quick. What can you tell me on this Mother's Day about those sweet little babies? Oh, Jesus. Now, this doesn't feel good, you guys. Just totally lost. I see people just totally lost. I see mothers crying for their children. It's not like they're in a comfortable place. I feel, okay, you guys, I got to tell you what I see. I do feel some of the children were bought because they figured, you know, nobody will miss them. And I even see, oh God, you guys, this is terrible. I don't know if I should even tell you. I think I saw this before, but I was hoping I was wrong. I even see like there's some sort of where they're taking the child and taking out their organs and using them. Ugh, they're very young children. I don't know what this is about. And by the way, another child died today in custody. Oh my God. And John Kelly is in charge. He got involved with these people that are doing this. They're making fat money off the government. And there's these people, and Trump is part of it, like the Epstein thing. There's these evil people and they've been around. We have other presidents that were involved with this. Don't ask me why they're telling me this. I see other presidents involved. Some of it came from the UK. I feel like there was slavery with teenage girls. I see this sex perversion going on, and all money, all these guys getting their rocks off, and everything's under the table. Human trafficking. Remember my friend Sterling did mention about human trafficking. I think that Trump will be found out, but it feels like he could be. He's not directly involved, but he's indirectly kind of like he knows how to cover himself. But he's allowing bullshit to go on with these big money makers. Tell me about that. Okay, I see some of these children coming back. Oh God, it's just horrible. I see this girl crying. So there is a lot of struggle. There is a lot of money being made from this. There are mothers that are praying to the powers that makes you almost want to not believe in God, because it's almost that Hitler where they were experimenting on kids. It just feels so ugly. So they're trying to keep it undercover, but I know this is going to sound weird, but there's actually sort of an angelic energy in here. It could even be someone working in these places that becomes a leaker, someone who's saying, I want you guys to know this, what's going on. It almost feels like there's a leak. And the mystery, it cracks open the mystery, and it just, whoo, but there's big names involved. Why is Benjamin Franklin coming in? Benjamin Franklin's coming in. He knows about this. And it's almost like he might have been part of something like this. I don't know if he was a sexual abuser, but he kind of knows about some of these secret societies going on. And he has great regret, and he's going to help free. He's going to help free. We are going through a transition like you won't believe, you guys. And that's that weird energy we get. Sometimes we think everything, well, of course, having Trump in office. Listen, lately I've been waking up sort of like it's almost like a bad dream that he was president. It's almost like, oh, you're not gone yet? It's that kind of feeling. So, I feel somebody's going to tell, and it feels like a female, and it feels like the door gets open, like she can't take it anymore. There's somebody figuring this out. Okay, I just got, oh God, I'm getting high as a kite. I even feel maybe somebody complained or somebody, but it's almost like they almost have like illegals working there. And I almost feel like they do something to them, hurt them, or kill them if anybody's going to blab. They've done something to make people afraid if they're going to blab. This is huge, you guys. It's like we're cracking something, and it's just going to start opening up. Somebody's telling me that there's a higher authority that knows about this. Doesn't feel FBI related. It feels like there's a higher energy form that knows about this. That's not a happy Mother's Day. That's not a happy Mother's Day. I can see mothers craving their babies and they're not there with them. They almost feel like it's over, like there's nothing they can do. I think when the new administration comes in, they'll be able to make their requests. So it's going to be a lot of work, but we're going to be able to get some of the answers on this. Okay, so what do you want to tell me? What do you want to tell me? Mueller is definitely testifying. I've told you guys this till I'm blue in the face. And McGahn is testifying. Don Jr. is acting like, I don't have to do this. What's going to happen with Don Jr.? Don Jr. He's got a lot of people supporting him, gathering around him. You don't have to take this. You're beautiful. He's worried, though. Can't sleep. Trump was writing early this morning about the taxes. I won, even though I didn't know. You told everybody you were going to, it was under audit and you were going to show your taxes. What part of that did we not hear? Pray tell, don't tell me you're lying. Oh my God, did he lie? Trump Jr. is going to have to testify. They're going to threaten him with jail or something. Maybe even financial burdens. But I don't think he goes in there telling the truth, which is interesting. So I guess he thinks he's king for a day. Things are going to start changing. The energy is changing. Pretty soon we're going to start getting good news, because it seems like we get cut off. As you know, our natural lands out here, or the government-owned lands, right over near San Francisco, Trump is allowing oil drilling. So, yeah, he's getting under the table fat. And all this, he's going to lose everything. We'll get into that while he's packing his bags, because it's one thing after the other. He's fighting those taxes, but so, yeah. Don't worry, you guys. Oh, my God. I'm looking so forward. Okay, and I got to tell you guys something. I was reading this lovely lady in Canada. She's a singer. And while I'm reading her, in walks Aretha Franklin. I just went blank on her name. I was like, whoa. Well, apparently her singing, I guess she just does justice for the voice of Aretha Franklin, because Aretha walked in like she knew her. And somebody had written me asking me to read on Aretha Franklin. And it hadn't crossed my mind. And there she was. So I was going to try to bring her in, but she just showed up. And it was interesting because I really, when I tapped into her, I was really feeling, she's very happy where she's at. I mean, she was always spiritual, but she's telling me she got hard. So I feel like her life was tough, and maybe she kind of turned on people she shouldn't have turned on. She didn't put up with nonsense. She was powerful in her own right, but she might have stepped on people, because she could be judgmental pretty quick. It's like the adulation and all that people did. She never really believed in herself as much as everybody else did. It's kind of like when you guys write me and do all that. Of course, I'm not like Aretha Franklin. I'm not that talented, but, well, I can carry it too. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like when you're saying all this, I'm very touched, but as you know, it's not me, it's them. I'm just the conduit. So it's like, it almost feels like she even felt like she was connected to a God source when she was singing. And, you know, she was real sick when she died, you guys. I just got that too. But she's singing, she just blew a kiss to everybody. She's beautiful. She's young again. She wants you guys to know she's thin. I can relate. Yeah, she's thin, and she's with family. She's very happy to be with friends and family that she's lost. Ooh. So guess who just walked in? Martin Luther King. Did she know him? He just walked in. He just said, hi, Linda. Oh, my God, I'm so honored. I'm so honored. I am not worthy. Oh, my God. I'm getting more chills with him than I got with JFK. Energetically, I'm going to tell you what, Martin Luther King spoke from God. Energetically, there's this godliness about him. JFK was very smart, and he did care about people, but let me tell you, whoa, because I went to Memphis, was it Memphis, to the hotel where he was murdered, and it was just, they left everything exactly. It was behind a plexiglass. It was like the dishes were still there. I didn't feel him. I didn't feel him in there. I think he's been long gone. But he is like walking with the saints, because Aretha Franklin was pointing it out. So, you know, living in this universe at this time frame and having to go through everything they went through. Martin Luther King, I know they said he had affairs or something, but let me tell you, his soul is intact. He's doing okay. He's actually pretty brilliant. He works for justice. He just told me that. It's sort of sad to see the way the world is turning. Don't tell me about it. We will be free again. It's almost like we're getting ready to break, because there's a lot of white supremacy stuff going on, and it's almost because they feel they're losing their voice. He's not angry with it. He's not like, these white boys better snap. It's almost like they're afraid. And in fear, they act out. They're in fear. Now, there's a lot of white men and white people I know, very comfortable, no problem with whatever's going on. But there's those ones, the ones that are acting out are the ones that are afraid. Okay, thank you. And he says you cannot judge without being judged. So we have to be careful about who we judge. Okay, all right, because, you know, I always tell you guys, but I don't do it. We got to be careful about judging Trump. Hey, listen, a beautiful Jewish woman told me, you know what, because I always call him a putz. She said, you know, putz is a Jewish word for a small penis man. And I guess a schmuck is the word for a large penis man. A lot of people get called a schmuck because they're a big dick, you know. So anyway, but I always call him a putz. Anyway, I don't think he's functional. I don't think Trump is functional. I just feel his nerves are shot. But okay, thank you. There's a lot of beautiful energies over there with him. Beautiful. His wife is there. God, she was gorgeous. Their work is not over, and they work from the other side. I guess we're lucky to have them. He laid his soul at the doorstep. I just feel like he knew this was going to happen. It's almost like he knew this was going to happen. John F. Kennedy knew. He had a bad feeling, too. It's really weird how that works. So, listen, I got to talk to my girl, Kirsten, the other day. I haven't talked to her in so long. God, she's so much fun. She's so funny. Anyway, so I'm going to give a shout out to Third Eye Champagne and Melissa, and there's a whole bunch of people. You know, I love Violetta. She's funny. But there's a new girl named Lynn. Oh, Jesus, why do I go blank on her name? Her name's Lynn, and her and I will be hooking up Wednesday. I don't know if we'll probably do a mutual thing. Lynn Tarot. But there's a Lynn Tarot that's really cool that I'm supposed to read with. And then there's another Lynn. And I'm trying to think of her name, but she's pretty good too. Why did I go blank? I should have wrote it down. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'll have it. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the box below. Check out her YouTube videos. And Lynn too. I'll put her link there. And David Johnson and Lena. And I just want to shout out to everybody. My friend Sterling is still doing videos. Not videos, readings. And Elisa is astrology. And the healer lady, Lily, she's like booked. You guys rock. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to just get it out there so everybody can have a piece. So listen, I changed up my September scheduling where I'm not working so much. You guys kept telling me, Linda, you're working too much. And thank you, I am. I'm only going to be phone readings 3 days a week via my website. I think Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I'll work every other weekend at Angel Heart for You. And I can do phone readings there. I'll leave you guys the phone number because if you don't want to wait even till August to get because right now I might have a spot in August. But if you call there, you can book phone readings with them. And she might have July openings, so I'll find out later. So anyway, I work there Friday and Saturdays. I love you guys. And so we will get into some more details, but I wanted to do a happy Mother's Day. And Aretha Franklin came in because she's waving. She's doing fantastic. She's dinging. Oh, I just saw James Brown. I think I've seen him before. Why was James Brown? Were they friends? Anyway, James Brown just walked in. He still thinks he's all that in a cup of tea. He had a tough life too. He's laughing. He has a great laugh. He wants to say hi to everybody. So anyway, I need to pick out my ring. Anyway, sorry about that, you guys. It's just a crush. You know, I like to crush. I just don't like to marry. Namaste. Take care. Ciao.